Hey, we got a new one from RV Miles here. Win for YouTubers. Judge rules National Park. Filming rule is unconstitutional. Apparently, this is big news. Kara and Nate, their channel, they do some exploration stuff. Back in late last year, they got a notice from a National Park Service entity saying that they owed some money because they did not have a permit to film in the national parks, and YouTube, I guess, was considered a commercial entity since many of these YouTubers' channels are monetized. Well, RV Miles here tells us that rule has been deemed unconstitutional. So now you do not need a permit to just go in YouTube and film your videos and whatever. Apparently, the law was enacted way before the day and age of everybody's filming everything, you know, on YouTube and stuff. And this was for like film crews that were filming documentaries and stuff like that for television and for, you know, film project stuff, you know, not just ordinary YouTubers shooting a couple shots while they're in the park. So good news for YouTubers that you don't need to get a permit, don't need to spend any money, you don't need to worry about a fine if you want to film in a national park. And what's interesting here is look at the comment here from bing, 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 bing. Carolyn's RV Life. My attorney told me that if anyone were to challenge the law, we'd win. I'm glad someone did. Thanks for the video. The reason that is a relevant comment is because Mr. Lime Screw put up a video. You know, he's the gentleman from Canada that has been pretty much on her case for the last 3 years about her channel and all that other stuff, and he mentioned that she had done some filming in a national park or in national park lands and did not get a permit for it in the past. Well, apparently she was okay. Everything's okay. She didn't need it. She doesn't need it. She's good. So she talked to her attorney, and her attorney was right. The law has gone down. So good news for you YouTubers. One less thing to worry about when you're in a national park. All right, we got Living Free Mike being driven around Quartzsite. Apparently, we've been reporting here on the Camodave channel that there's been some heavy winds, chilly temperatures, even a few snowflakes out in the southwestern Arizona area, Phoenix, and over into Quartzsite. And this was, I guess, yesterday, Monday, the 25th. Of January 2021, and yes, there were some big heavy winds there. It knocked down some tents and flipped over a few of those truck campery things that were kind of left around, and did some minor damage like this. Okay, so yeah, so anyway, the big tent, I believe, was done the Sunday the 24th. I think that was the last day of the big tent. So the big tent was being taken down and dismantled or whatever, but it was still up when the winds hit. And so, yeah, the big tent actually survived pretty good, but some of the smaller tents around it didn't fare as well. So chilly, gray, cold, temperatures, a little bit of rain, and yes, so anyway, you know, there's the big tent. It's still standing, but it won't be for long because we're going to tear it down and move it on out. RV Rebel Girl, Florida Keys, OMG, he hit my car. What the heck is that? Oh my. Anyway, so here she is, Carolyn, there in a parking lot of a Winn-Dixie down there in Florida. And some gentleman accidentally backed his vehicle into hers. That's hers. She's just got her vehicle there. She doesn't have her trailer with her, obviously. And yeah. Whoa! Let's see the damage. All right, anyway, there's the damage there. Small, very small, barely see. And there was virtually no damage to the gentleman who hit her. So they did exchange, I guess, insurance information if something were to come up further down the line. But looks like not too much. Oh my God, he hit my car! Well, glad to see everything was all right, okay? Just a little parking lot ding there, huh? Hey, we got a new one here from RV Rookie, 328 subscribers here. A video where basically she had to replace her tank hose that was run over by a lawnmower. Anyway, some RV minor repairs there from RV Rookie. But the one thing that a number of people have pointed out, and I think it is very true, who does she look like? She looks like a celebrity. Remember Mrs. Soprano, Tony Soprano's wife, Carmilla, Edie Falco, the actress from New York there. Edie Falco, she was Nurse Jackie in another TV show, but doesn't she look a lot like Edie Falco? I don't know. It just, so we were trying to think of some other nomads and what they look like, who they look like. Yeah, anyway, RV Rookie here, top 5 rookie mistakes. She made them. And yeah, so I don't know. Yeah, amazingly, Edie, maybe she's related to Edie. Maybe what's, I don't know. I don't know if they do a Sopranos remake or maybe like a backstory Sopranos. I don't know. She might be, maybe she could get into acting. I don't know. Anyway, what do you think? Ladders, 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 ladders. Todd Fuller Music says, Dave, you're more than fair with all of these nomads, and you're very upfront about what you're trying to say to them and to their audiences, and your audiences are hiding nothing, so I wouldn't worry about the backlash from nomads to you. I give a lot of criticism. I want to be able that you can think that I can also take it. I don't mind people criticizing me. But certain people out there say nasty words and some, personal attacks, that kind of stuff I don't get. But, Street Life channel, the guy, he does a video yesterday about, how I'm not portraying nomads fairly, and I'm kind of hyping the negativity and the e-begging and all the other crazy stuff. It was a fair criticism. I mean, I totally get it. I understand it. And I addressed it, and, fair criticism's fine. I don't care. I like it. Just don't criticize the beard or the puppet. That's all right. Scraggly beard, that scraggly, rotten beard. Gold Digger says, Nomad, living doesn't make you sick. Just watch Bobby from Cheap RV Living. Okay, Bob, Mr. Bob. He interviews lots of nomads who become nomads to get healthy, and Bobby wouldn't lie to get views now, would he? Now, yes, I mean, you can make nomadic life a very healthy thing. There's ways to do it, and some people do it, and they get out and they hike and they get the fresh air and they travel and they do lots of cool things and they eat well on the road, which is definitely possible and doable. But a lot of the nomads we watch don't do that. They don't. And we won't get into all that, but I don't know. I do find the nomads that kind of just let everything go to pot, so to speak, they're more oddly compelling to watch. Don't you think? We were talking about how Hobo Shoestring is going up north of Fairbanks. Fairbanks is like central Alaska, and he's going up to the Arctic Circle in the middle of January, which is winter, in Alaska. AK Alaska Buck says, I used to live in Fairbanks, and it's still 200 miles from there to the Arctic Circle. I've driven up in summer. Don't think I'd want to make it a goal to go up there in the winter. Plus, I worked in Prudhoe Bay, and it's pretty darn cold this time of the year. I still live in Alaska, but in a much milder area. Yeah, again, we got Hobo Shoestring on the map now. But yeah, this area is probably the warmest part of Alaska because you got all the warmish ocean breezes and stuff. But he's going way up to here. And this is January, and that's Russia. Siberia. We were talking about all the cold, chilly weather there in the southwest Arizona, Phoenix area. Thomas Nightingale says, hail, snow in Phoenix, which we saw from Camp Goer 1 yesterday. There was also that in the Tucson area, snow in the Sierra Vista. It was the last measurable snow was in 1986. Whoa! So we're talking 35 years. 25 years, 35 years. I don't know, a long time. 25 years, yeah, whatever. 25 years since the last measurable snow, and they get it this winter. Wow. We were talking about Tiny Planet, and it is true. She could have ruined her engine if she drove with a broken oil pump because your oil's not circulating through your engine, and you could ruin your engine. That's very true. Danny B says, if you drive with a broken oil pump, you will need a new engine. It's a big deal part. Sometimes you have to pull the engine around to get it, pull the engine up to get it. Smart lady not to keep driving. When it is your house going down the road on a tow truck, it is stressful. That is true. That's very true. That's everything, right? Yeah, you drive a car, you have a house, you have an apartment, whatever, and car conks out, they tow the car away, but your house is still Jim Dandy, right? So yeah, I get that, but yeah, she was right. It was very good of her not to drive. And the engine warning light, don't drive the vehicle. When the oil pump, it's not a major deal to replace an oil pump, but if it goes out, if you don't want to keep driving, that's for sure. Betty Smith says Carolyn's RV Life said she thought long and hard about putting her medical stuff on YouTube. I feel that if you care about that particular person, you'd want to know. I don't have any problem, and in fact would like to know if the nomads that I follow are having medical problems, i.e. NF, KC, Roman, etc., as this will explain more on what's going on in their videos or not happening, etc. Like why they are taking a break from filming, for instance, just IMHO. Again, I don't have you want to put your health information up there, that's fine. You certainly can do that. Maybe I should have said in great detail, you might want to say, hey folks, I haven't posted a video in a couple of weeks because I've had a bad sore throat or I broke my leg or whatever. I can get that, explain to your audience why, you didn't do this or did do that because of a health condition. But when you start to get into specifics, I don't know. I've always been wary about anybody putting too private information up on YouTube or in any other public place, especially health stuff. Generally, I don't think it's that big of a problem. But as Carolyn did in her video yesterday, a lot of specifics, a lot of, different various predicaments thrown out there. And I don't think she even really knows a lot of it, but that's Carolyn, right? She likes to share all that stuff, and it does get her views. It does. Beauregard Rippy says, but, I tell nomads not to put their health information up, but I talk all the time about my car and how, like, the rear window wiper needed to be replaced. Yeah. Well, I'm not, the privacy concerns of my car are not quite the same thing as the privacy concerns of a living, breathing human being, right? I don't know, man. NH Libra says, I ran into some guy's video and he puts in a plug for Elvis Travels, asking for help to repair the power steering on his vehicle, the Lisa Marie. Elvis did have a jobby poo up there in Chicago. He did. He said he was working, making some money, and I guess he doesn't have the jobby poo anymore. Now he's on the road south to Florida, and his power steering's going out. Maybe he should have saved up enough money when he was working in Chicago to get the power steering fixed and then taken the trip. I'm just saying. Sevi Clark says, Dave, these nomads have medical issues, not the best situation. Dave, be kind and personable. They do give you content every day. I try not to be mean. I'm not being mean to anybody, I have sympathy for all these folks, and their various issues and their problems and stuff. But I just, it's not that I don't have sympathy for what they're going through, but I just wonder and I second guess about the wisdom of putting it all up on YouTube and making it public. You think YouTubers are your friends, and they may seem like it, but in reality, they're mostly complete strangers. Why do you want to tell a whole army of complete strangers very intimate details about your health? I still quite haven't figured that one out after almost 5 years of covering nomads here on the camodave channel, but I don't mean to be mean or anything. It's just, why are you making that public? All right, everybody, that ought to do it for our Letters and More segment on the 26th of January 2020. Thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate it. You all have a wonderful rest of your Tuesday. Blog under.